Some good news is on the way for those of you who've been feeling the loss of Apple's 15-inch MacBook Pro in 2019. Legendary goods from Apple are making a comeback, and they'll transform the world. However, it won't be included in the next MacBook Pro. Until 2023, Apple has been working on a bigger MacBook Air. Even though many of you are young adults and may not be aware of this, we're going to take a walk down memory lane to witness how Steve Jobs surprised everyone who were using this new technology. So in today's video, we'll discuss what it is and how it will influence the new M2 Macs. Before we continue, kindly subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated when we release new videos. Without further delay, let's dive in. On stage in 1999, Steve Jobs unveiled the iBook G3, a brightly colored laptop that was the first of its kind. It's wacky and bizarre now, but it was stunning then. We'll discuss one of its hidden functions, as well as its distinctive characteristics, like a built-in handle that makes it much simpler to carry. Although it wasn't as powerful as other of Apple's more expensive competitors, it was still a decent value for the money. For the time being, it seems like the M1 MacBook Air would be a better value than anything else available. In addition to the technical specifications, Steve demonstrated some old-school television commercials to demonstrate how they used to do things. His laptop opened up when he was connected to the internet, which was perfectly okay. It was the first time this had ever been done, and he did it while linked to the internet on a laptop. Yes, Apple was the first to introduce a laptop with wireless networking. The majority of people my age and younger were completely unaware of this. These changes were made possible by their new laptops and Wi-Fi routers, which included everyone from students to homemakers in the new networking they had established. To make this a reality, they required a Wi-Fi router, which is where this flying saucer comes in. Even though Apple wasn't the first to develop a Wi-Fi router, they were the ones to take this technology to the next level with their innovations. Even though the airport base station was odd-looking, it featured everything you needed, including a modem inside that connected to a wide variety of devices, was simple to operate, and had wireless connection speeds that were 10 times quicker than the previous standard. So Apple developed the first Wi-Fi-enabled laptop, and it completely changed the industry. What's going on right now? As we'll see in a moment, Apple abruptly ended their Airport Extreme and Time Capsule product lines 4 years ago, effectively dumping the whole package. As a result of this, we'll discuss how and why the brand new Macs coming out will be affected, as well as the modifications they'll bring. Mac OS is being developed to be more like the iPad experience, according to Majin Buu, who was the first person to talk about Mixer software from Apple. Our hopes were raised when this information was first made public, and a few months later, iPad pads were published and certified, demonstrating the interface for connecting an iPad to a keyboard for a Mac OS-like experience. It seems that Apple has patents that support what he was implying regarding software. It's all worth noting, though, that Steve had recently released information on WebKit and how it has just been given an additional infrastructure to allow for a multitasking mode on iOS. That seems like it's a system toggle that allows for really sizable windows. In Mac OS 13, the backup mechanism for your Macs will be overhauled and merged with iCloud Drive, according to fresh leak information from Majin Buu sources. Also anticipated in November are new airports from Apple. What would be the point of doing anything like that? To bring its airports back after discontinuing them 4 years ago seems like a strange decision. What about looking back at the airport? They were introducing them at a time when technology was undergoing a dramatic shift. Airport Extreme is what enabled ultra-fast speeds and broadband to be used instead of stagnant dialing. Additionally, it was quite simple to set up and use, as opposed to requiring an online login browser. The vast majority of it is still relevant today. A revolutionary device called a time capsule appeared 4 to 5 years after that. Using this safe Airport Extreme and your backup hard drive, you may combine the two. This was a simple, dependable, and automatic method that worked on numerous Macs in your home without you having to do anything. It was an amazing experience. In the meanwhile, 4 years later, Apple released the next Airport Extreme design with the Trashcan Mac Pro, which had multiple streams, 2-band beamforming transmitters, super fantastic range, and the ability to incorporate a hard drive for the time capsule backup. As a result, this was the last of their designs that remained static for an extended period before being canceled. Because it's so simple to use, people are still shelling out a lot of money for this ancient, out-of-date deck. It's dependable, and you have backups in case anything goes wrong. So why didn't Apple go all out and make it a whole new experience? That was a long time ago, and not much has transpired since then. There was no change in the Wi-Fi. Today, many routers are still running at such rates, and third-party choices become so inexpensive that many individuals could no longer afford these. Despite this, all Macs save the new M1 offer internet speeds no faster than the Airport Extreme, which is why the 2019 Mac Pro doesn't support Wi-Fi 6. Now that Wi-Fi 6 has begun to appear, the new MacBook finally supports it, but Bluetooth will still be out of date. We now have Wi-Fi 6E, which was introduced earlier this year. The cost of routers has skyrocketed in recent years, so people are purchasing somebody's Wi-Fi 6E routers, although they cost a lot of money. New technology from Apple included a time capsule, which was sold at a high price point. After 4 years after discontinuing the Airport line, Apple has announced that a new MacBook Pro will be available just in time for the arrival of Wi-Fi 6, or Airport Extreme, as it will be known. Additionally, it makes it possible for the new Macs I've been using. Apple may be going to release a new router or wave as we've previously seen. In every version, they use the newest, most advanced Wi-Fi technology, dating back to the very first one. This is a great moment to move with this new generation, enhance their connection, and provide them with what they desire. Now, we have information regarding iCloud Drive to add to the list. You've been able to back up your iPads, iPhones, and Apple Watches to iCloud Drive, but only specific data has been able to be erased online or on your back if they're deleted online or vice versa. That means you've been wasting your time if you've been utilizing it. As a result of this, consumers are still shelling out a lot of money for these pricey, outdated Airport Extremes to ensure that their laptop's data is backed up automatically without the need for a connection. Because of this, I'm stunned that iCloud Drive hasn't yet adopted this. Now, if they're going to be doing this, they may even include a hard drive in their packages for Extreme. They may also be able to permit greater capacity limits for a short period, and some individuals may even be able to use 2 plans at the same time. They may increase the number of users to 5 and provide a higher amount to those who use family plans, which is how I now use it. As a result, several individuals and newspapers have stated that this is the last component that Apple is lacking. You should bring it back, according to the opinions of many. It makes sense now, given the new M1 and M2 powered Macs that have just been released. So far, it seems like Apple is going to deliver on its promises to customers. Now it's your turn to weigh in. When purchasing an Apple product, are you looking forward to the ability to connect it with the rest of the company's ecosystem, or do you already have a solution in place that meets your needs perfectly? I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments section, as this comes to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Kindly subscribe to our channel, like the video, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest video release.